Welcome year 9. Welcome to Mr. Chan's classroom. How are you guys? So from previous videos we talked about how to find the midpoint, and in these videos for coordinate geometry we will actually look at gradients. What is gradient? So gradient is actually how looking at how steep is a line. So I have a few examples over here. So have a look here. Alright, those are the line on the Cartesian plane, and you'll notice each of them has a different stiffness. So let's begin. So the keywords that I would like you to look at are gradient, obviously, followed by the horizontal step and vertical step, which I will explain right now. So the gradient of a line, how to find it, is actually vertical step divided by the horizontal step. Or if you want the simplified version, it is the y step divided by the x step. Okay? So what that means is, this is your vertical line, vertical step, and that is your horizontal step. So pretty much anything going along the x-axis, okay, is called a horizontal, and anything going on the vertical is called which is on the y-axis. It is that simple. So what that means is you will see 2 points. Alright, in order to find the gradient, you need 2 points. So 2 coordinates, what that means. So with 2 coordinates, you will be able to look at how steep is the line. Okay, so here are them. So what happened is, if the gradient, my way of remembering is, whenever you see a line or gradient moving up like this, okay, moving up, the gradient will always be positive. Okay, it's always going to be positive, and I will show you in calculation in a sec. And all the gradient that moving down will always gonna be negative. Okay, and also another thing to bear in mind is this thing. You will see this is the horizontal step, isn't it? So horizontal step, whenever it is going to the right hand side, it's going to be positive, and for the vertical step, whenever it's going up, it is a positive, which is the kind of the same here. If you look at here, we have a origin here, and anything going up is positive number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And going to the right hand side is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. And going to the left, it's going to be negative. Alright, negative, negative, negative. Same with as when you go down, it's going to be negative numbers. So in this case, it's going to be negative step for going down right here. Right here, okay, look at this. The vertical line is going down, vertical step is going down, so it's going to be negative. And horizontal step is going to the right hand side, it's going to be positive. So, but it's still going to end up as negative as a total. It's a negative gradient. Meanwhile, here is a positive gradient. Alright, so let's look at example number 1 right here. So example number 1, we're gonna do y step divided by x step, isn't it? So we're gonna move it over here. Here we have step going to the right. Alright, going to the right for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. So going to the right 4 times. And going up by 1, 2, 3. 3 times. Okay. Remember, you always start with the horizontal before you move into vertical. So what it's gonna end up as is this. What will be your y step? So your gradient is going to be y step divided by x step. So y step is 3 and x step is 4. Okay, so your gradient is 3 out of 4, or what we can say is 0.75 is your gradient. It's pretty steep. On the other hand, if we look at one going down here, the second one, we know straight away it is a negative. By the way, this positive gradient, and we know it is a negative straight away because it's going down. But we want to find out what exactly is the number for the gradient. So always start with the horizontal. So horizontal going that way, it is -4. Okay, because going over 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4. And going up 4, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going up for 5 times. So let's calculate the gradient. So the gradient is that there is a short abbreviation for it, which is m. Okay. So in here, m equal to, so y step is your vertical. So it's your y step is your vertical, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and your x step is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, so 3, 5 divided by 4 is 1.25 after the calculation. So your gradient for number 2 is 1.25. Okay, so that's how you find out the gradient using that way. So always remember, you start going left or right first on the horizontal, and then go up or down depending on the line. We'll do more practice in the lesson to solidify your understanding. So, however, what happens if you have this situation? I want you to have a look at this situation. So in this situation, can you actually go, look at number 3, can you actually go left and right? You can't, because there's no gradient for this. As in, you can't move left or right because it's a straight line literally. So what you can do is you for your x step, it is 0 right there. Okay, so it will replace with 0. But what about y step? So y step is going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So going 5 times. So pretty much 5 means 5 divided by 0. As we know, 5 divided by 0, you can't do it because the answer will be undefined. If you put it in your calculator, you will never get an answer if you divide any number by 0. So what happened is the vertical line will always remain undefined. So if you see one of those line, a vertical line, if that is the gradient, your gradient will be undefined. That means there is no number for it. Okay, what happened here then for number 4? will you have a number for that? I would like you to actually pause the video and try it out yourself. Okay, m is y equal to x. Remember, y step equal to x step. So I want to actually, I actually want you to plug in the number. So after you done it, then you can resume the video. Alright, now back to the videos. We're going to do this. So y step, let's go with x step, obviously. So x step, we are going to go right hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your y step is 5, and your your x step is 5. Your y step, on the other hand, you can't, because you can't go up or down, so it remains at 0. So 0 divided by 5 is 0. Okay, so your gradient for this vertical is 0. So in conclusion, vertical gradient, vertical gradient is always going to be undefined, and your horizontal gradient is going to be 0, and the rest, as long as it has a little bit of steepness, it can be as steep as that, you always have a number. Okay, as long as you do it right. Remember, always have numbers, always have values. Okay, so you always remember your m is equal to y step divided by x step. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from these videos. We went through what gradient is, and actually how to calculate gradient from Cartesian plane. So please write down any questions and bring the notes to me in class. Good job, guys. Peace out. Bye.